Tonight at 10, breaking news out of Afghanistan as the U.S. has now answered back for yesterday's deadly bombing. Plus, with the situation in Kabul unfolding, we're hearing how local vets are feeling the mental impact. And later, combining the flu and COVID-19 vaccine, what health experts are recommending come fall.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Welcome to the CBS3 News at 10. We're taking a live look at the White House. Today, President Biden met with his national security team as the situation in Afghanistan continues to unfold. Good evening. I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. We start with breaking news out of Kabul tonight. We have now learned that the United States has answered back for yesterday's suicide bombing at the Kabul airport that claimed the lives of 169 Afghans and 13 American service members. U.S. military forces conducted a counterterrorism operation against ISIS-K. Initial indications are that the unmanned airstrike killed the target, an ISIS-K planner. Now, on Friday, an evacuation effort at the airport pressed ahead, even with the threat of more bloodshed. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked how the President Biden is planning to follow up on his vow for retribution for Thursday's attack.
I think he made clear yesterday that he does not want them to live on the earth anymore.
Just over 3 days remain before the deadline President Biden set to fully withdraw troops from Afghanistan. He says he's standing by that deadline, even as the evacuation continues. The State Department added the U.S. will continue its humanitarian commitment to Afghan people and work to ensure money does not go through the central government, which is now controlled by the Taliban. As events in Afghanistan worsened in the last 48 hours, local veterans who spent time on the ground there are battling their own mental health struggles as they relive personal experiences through their screens. CBS 3's Abigail Smith spoke with veterans and resources about navigating through triggers and PTSD.
You just don't come home the same person. And so I know many of us struggled with the for what questions, like what was it all for?
Lieutenant Commander with the Naval Reserve and Afghanistan vet from Duluth, Roger Reinert, says the situation overseas has triggered various emotions and reactions among local veterans, especially after news that 169 Afghanis and 13 U.S. service members were killed in Thursday's blast.
The base where everything is happening right now is the base that I served on. I know every inch of that facility, so I see the photos and I'm right back there. And for others, maybe the attacks yesterday there's just all sorts of things that could be triggers.
Reinert says even as he struggled, he used the Veterans Center here in Duluth to help him through it all, and encourages other veterans to reach out, something Andrew Meyer, a specialist from the Veterans Center, says is imperative for coping.
Well, the best way to cope, I think, is to get help and reach out to other veterans, and that's kind of what we do at the Vet Center. We are there for the veterans and their families, those who have served overseas.
The Veterans Center is a main resource providing services for anyone who served, including individual, group, and family counseling from other veterans to maintain a sense of connection and camaraderie. Two aspects Reinert says are extremely important right now as events continue to unfold.
You never know who a veteran's going to be comfortable talking to their experience about and what they're feeling right now. So don't think it's not you. It might be, and it's just easy to ask that question, like, hey, I know a lot's going on right now. How you doing?
Both the Veterans Center and Reinert say it's all about opening the conversation so no one feels alone.
For more information on the Veterans Center and the resources they have available, you can head to our website, cbs3duluth.com. Meanwhile, none of the 1,100 Minnesota National Guard soldiers deployed to the Kabul airport were injured in yesterday's attack. Minnesota Congressman Pete Stauber shared that information earlier this afternoon. He says he was relieved to hear that they were all safe, but is still concerned for their safety. The Guard members are among 5,000 troops helping with evacuations. Stauber says the threat of another terror attack remains high. He called the Guard members the best among us and says his office is ready to help as needed. Well, turning to the latest COVID-19 news, the CDC is recommending that people get a COVID-19 booster shot 8 months after their second shot. For many people, that's when it's going to fall right in the middle of when they would be receiving their flu vaccine. Until about a few months ago, scientists did not want overlap. Now, health officials say people can now get their flu shot and COVID booster around the same time. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Graham Schneider warns against skipping the flu shot, saying we will likely see a repeat winter with low flu cases.
We were working from home or doing school from home. We were limiting the number of contacts that we had, and we were all masking. Now, obviously, that has changed and will probably remain changed going into this winter.
Researchers are already discussing a combo shot that would cover both the coronavirus and the flu, but doctors say it's too early to say when that could be developed. Students attending the College of St. Scholastica will now be required to get their COVID-19 vaccine. The private college made that announcement earlier today. They say they shared their intentions for this mandate earlier this year, but waited to put it into place until the Pfizer vaccine was FDA approved. Students must be fully vaccinated by the end of October. Students who qualify for an exemption will be required to undergo weekly testing. On-campus vaccination clinics will be open for students. We're going to turn things over to Dave for a quick look at that weather. You know, Dave, it's just been kind of a gloomy, dreary day out there, but I don't think anyone's complaining.
No, because we need rain, and it did pay off at least a little bit around our region. Let's look at the latest totals that have come in from National Weather Service Duluth. And big winner in our neck of the woods seems to be International Falls with 0.6 of an inch. For the Iron Ranges, not much more than 1/10 so far. From the Twin Ports up part of the North Shore, about 1/4 of an inch. 1/3 of an inch towards Hinckley, but in Wisconsin and Michigan, still only measuring the rain totals in 1/100 of an inch. But that could change tomorrow because we're not done with our low pressure systems yet. There's still a slight chance for more rain tonight, but a better chance builds in Saturday afternoon. Such a better chance that it may include some severe weather in the afternoon and evening, especially for east central Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. Getting into that short-term forecast then, only about a 30% shot for any more showers here tonight, but it picks up towards 70% tomorrow afternoon. And again, northern Minnesota hopefully gets the rain they need, and the rest of us hopefully avoid the severe thunderstorms, which could brew up from about 4 p.m. onwards. We'll keep an eye to the sky and an eye on the Doppler as well and tell you more about this coming up in the main weather in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, some good news tonight on the report of the Greenwood fire that's burning near Isabella. There was no major growth in the last 24 hours as it remains about 26,000 acres in size. Officials say cooler temps and higher humidity have helped crews slow down the spread and get containment lines set up on the northeast side of the fire. 481 people are helping with that firefight, many from other parts of the country. No structures have been damaged since the fire made its destructive run on Monday. And some positive news out of the Boundary Waters tonight as well. 2 of the larger fires burning there did not grow yesterday. The John Eck fire is around 1,500 acres. Crews did not need to make any water drops, and today they plan to make their first entry into the remote area. Residents on the nearby Gunflint Trail are still in pre-evacuation mode. Meanwhile, the Whelp fire also stayed at 50 acres today. Crews started laying hose lines today as well. Both fires were started by lightning. Minnesota's top natural resources leader has been able to come meet with some of the crew members fighting the Greenwood fire. According to their Twitter account, DNR Commissioner Sarah Storman stopped in the Northland on Thursday. She also visited DNR Forestry and State Park staff members in Finland and Moose Lake. Storman went on to say how grateful she is for these incredible employees. The Greenwood fire's spread has property owners in its path worried their home or cabin could be burnt next. That's where a new online map comes into play. Matthew Goodman with the St. Louis County developed a new app. It shows the fire's spread, evacuation zones, road closures, and much more. Goodman says the map was born out of necessity.
Their public information officers were dealing with a lot of questions from property owners in the area, curious about their particular properties, and so they asked if we could develop a app so that these property owners could kind of look it up for themselves.
To check out the fire map for yourself, we have it listed on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Drought and fires led to new restrictions for campers in the Superior National Forest. Today, forest officials announced camping anywhere other than designated campgrounds is not allowed. Day use is allowed in portions of the forest that are still open. Well, if you've been wanting to help out firefighters on the front lines of the Greenwood fire, you need to know the rules. Larry Bickle with the Eastern Area Incident Management Team says they cannot accept donations due to some safety protocols. He says when the crews receive food and other supplies from outside sources, even supportive community members, they don't know where those materials are coming from. Bickle says even though they aren't allowed to take donations, the community support makes the biggest difference.
If we can get some thank you cards to firefighters so we can put them in their lunches, when they're on the line after a hard morning's work, to open that up and get something to somebody means more to them than anything else.
Bickle says that you can donate to foundations that support and fund firefighters like the Wildland Firefighters Foundation or the Red Cross. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, as Michigan emerges out of the pandemic, their governor hopes to make the state more financially fit. How that involves upgrades to the greater Ironwood area, coming up next.
Record high today, it's 92 degrees from 1984. This date we did only make 65. Normal is 74, but we could exceed that tomorrow. It will warm up as rain chances return. We'll talk about the odds of more storms tomorrow night. Coming up right after our break.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Right now, you can get 2.49% APR financing for 60 months, plus $750 TFS APR cash on a new 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
School visits are an important part of kind of being part of the community outside of the TV station here. When I was in 6th grade, that's when I learned meteorology was it for me. Being on the other side of that now, for me being able to kind of pursue that, it's important for me to then be able to get back into the community. If I can go into a classroom and get just one person who was interested, or just one person who, leaves there knowing like, wow, I learned something new today. For me, I did my job, and that means a lot to me.
Watch meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt weekdays at 5 a.m.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that was pretty good.
Sports are my passion and the love of my life. And when you watch a sportscast, the biggest compliment that I get is that you seem so excited about what you're talking about. And that's not an act for me. Who doesn't want to see someone, deliver their news in a fun way? So if you love it, I love it. You're gonna see the authenticity that I think I bring.
Watch sports with Kelly Hinsett weeknights on Live Local CBS3.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, here's a picture coming in from the rail yard in Proctor, a couple of DM&IR engines heading in, and you can see they're on the wet side. We finally had some rain pay off. It wasn't great amounts of rain, but it was at least a little bit. And there's still a chance going through tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. So for towns who haven't tasted much yet, hopefully we'll get more, especially up north towards the fire zones where Really only a couple of tenths has come down today. Let's move on and look at the current conditions from the airport in Duluth. 62 degrees the current temp, relative humidity 96%, easterly winds 7 miles per hour. So with high relative humidity and slower winds, fog is a definite possibility, especially by Lake Superior. 29.96 inches of mercury is our barometric pressure, and our current temperatures are relatively uniform in Wisconsin and Michigan, going 66 to 68 in the UP and about 64 to 69 in northwestern Wisconsin. Minnesota runs a little bit wider of a range, going from 57 up towards the Gunflint Trail to 63 degrees around Grand Rapids. But because of the cloud cover acting as a blanket in the sky, I don't think temperatures are going to drop too much off the mark that they're at right now, in the 60s for just about everybody. Then high temps tomorrow will start to warm up once again as that warm front associated with this latest low pressure system comes in. So this is the one that helped bring rain this morning, and its tail end is still threatening to bring a 30% shot for showers to Wisconsin and Michigan, and maybe to parts of northern Minnesota as well. But this is the low backed up by a smaller occluded low that are bringing a pretty decent rain chance here on Saturday. Once we get into the afternoon, especially towards the 4 o'clock hour, this low and this frontal boundary will lift into our region, and along with that warmth, provide the lift to create showers, and thunderstorms. And for east central Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin, some of them could become severe as we go through the evening. So tomorrow we'll have to keep an eye on the sky and an ear on CBS3 and meteorologist Peter Kevakauskas and maybe even meteorologist Caitlin Moffat working together will keep us abreast of the situation. This rain chance could last through early Sunday morning, and by the time it wraps up, we are really hoping for rain totals like this. Up north, going towards a half of an inch in the Ely area, which is desperately needed there, and maybe bubbling just under an inch here for the Twin Ports. And there's a stripe to our south that may go towards 2 inches, and that could expand even into Wisconsin at least a hair and try to touch the Upper Peninsula. So we all have a chance. Let's hope it pays off. Tonight in Minnesota, low temperatures, they're going to be in the upper 50s well inland and to the north, but lower 60s for the central parts of the region. And into Wisconsin and Michigan, everybody's in the 60s, so not too far off the mark you're at right now. 30% rain chance for everybody overnight tonight. Cloudy during the first part of the day on Saturday, Wisconsin and the UP, and then a 60% rain chance in the afternoon and evening, and warming up again. 76 to 83 comes around. Minnesota numbers could go 72 to 78 with a 70% rain chance in the afternoon and evening, which could last into early Sunday morning there with a 30% chance for showers. And then Sunday afternoon, it should dry up and stay dry Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before our next rain chance comes, Natalie, I think on Thursday and Friday.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Well, if you visited the greater Ironwood area this summer, you may have noticed new trails and parks. Reporter Tia Trudgeon with our sister station up in the UP shows us how the addition of outdoor assets are revitalizing the community.
A splash pad for kids, a mountain bike trailhead, and a stage for live events are features at the new City Square Park in downtown Ironwood.
The City Square project really was meant to build a large asset in our downtown to drive business to the downtown, and it's really been successful.
The City Square held its first live concert earlier this month, which drew a crowd of nearly 400 people. And the downtown action doesn't stop when the music does.
In the middle of the week on a Tuesday afternoon, there were people just wandering around town, going into shops, going into restaurants, and that's not something that it was like that 4 years ago. It's really been a change in our community.
It's assets like the City Park that are necessary for bringing people into the Ironwood community and getting them to stay.
Our housing market's changed a lot over the last year and a half, so we're really starting to see people come to the community, so it's really had a positive impact.
Residents and tourists have a number of other outdoor spaces to use in the future, all totally free to them. 10 miles of mountain bike trails, which are being funded through the Natural Resources Trust Fund, are currently under construction at the Miners Memorial Heritage Park. And a similar plan is in the works for trails on Mount Zion.
It's really a unique place. There's tons of recreational opportunities, and now we're starting to build that infrastructure within the communities that will really create a great place for people to visit and to live.
A $1.5 million Michigan Community Development Block grant funded the City Square Park. The park is hosting the Emberlight Film Festival Award Show on September 3rd at 6:30 p.m.
A $1.5 million Michigan Community Development Block Grant funded that City Square Park. The park is hosting the Berlin Film Festival Award Show on September 3rd at 6:30. Well, still to come on Live Local CBS 3, with school right around the corner and many parents still feeling the pandemic pinch, children are in need of school supplies. How one local nonprofit hopes to help.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
With a Honda in your garage, every summer adventure leads to another. Get an incredible summer offer on a new Honda, only at the Honda Summer Sales Event.
Ready, set, go.
Mopping the dirt from your floor is a messy chore. Well, now you can spin away those germs with Floor Police, the lightweight and cordless power spin mop that scrubs away messes the fast and easy way. Just add any disinfectant, and at a speedy 100 RPMs, the microfiber pads do all the scrubbing so you don't have to. The secret is the powerful electric motor and rechargeable lithium battery that has 90 minutes of runtime. The swivel head can easily clean in and around obstacles and get deep under furniture. Plus, the pads are machine washable and reusable. Get Floor Police with 2 microfiber pads for just 2 easy payments of $29.99. But wait, call now and get 2 free scouring and 2 free polishing pads. But hold everything, because you can double the entire offer. Just pay separate fee, and we'll even ship it to you free. That's 2 Floor Police mops with pads, plus free shipping on your entire order. Call or click now.
Call 1-800-592-0163 or visit floorpolice.com. So call 1-800-592-0163 now.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Stunning new video tonight from inside the Greenwood fire. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham joins us now live from Highway 2.
The air is just so thick around us.
The BWCA is now closed.
We're getting an inside look at the efforts in Ely tonight at 6.
There is no containment, and what was feared by Superior National Forest leaders late last week is now happening.
When news matters most, continue watching Live Local CBS 3.
Up to 40% off Columbia and North Face summer clothing and sandals at Northwest Outlet.
Coming up Monday on CBS 3 this morning, it's our weekly Eye on Lifestyle. We have new tips as you head into the new school year. And scattered showers and thunderstorms continue all the way through Saturday evening, and temperatures warm back up. So wake up with us on Monday.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Many families need a helping hand getting kids ready for back to school. Neighborhood Youth Services hosted a backpack giveaway today. Organizers say kids of all ages could pick out a bag, then go to a table and get their school supplies for the year. Program Director Pez Delvia says having what they need can help kids feel confident and included when they head back to the classroom.
I remember going to class and maybe not having a notebook or a pencil and feel like, oh, I don't need to do the work because I don't got it. So we don't want the students to have any excuse on why they can't get things done either. So
Delvia says that the event was 100% community supported, including donations of money and supplies. Minnesota's education officials are reporting a significant drop in math and reading test scores. They're blaming school disruptions during the coronavirus pandemic. Since 2019, results from the Minnesota Comprehensive Assessments show proficiency rates fell 11 percentage points in math and 7 in reading. This year, about 77% of eligible Minnesota students completed their tests. That's down from a usual 98%. Well, turning things over to Kelly for a look at sports. we got some things going tonight.
We got a lot of things going tonight. You know why? It's high school football. Week 2 of the high school football season in Wisconsin. Highlights and scores are coming up next.
At Culver's, we never tire of crafting fresh frozen custard right in our restaurants.
As soon as I'm like, who wants Culver's custard? The kids are already running out the door.
Hello, everybody. Here's your custard. Always rich and creamy, always sure to put a smile on your face.
It's more than just a special treat. It's creating memories with my children and family time.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Family time is custard time. Welcome to Delicious.
Hi, I'm Jimmy J.J. Walker. If you're on Medicare, listen to this. I called the 1-800 number to see what extra Medicare benefits I could get. An actual person answered, looked up my zip code, and boom, I was offered extra benefits like dental coverage, including dentures, extractions, fillings. Plus prescriptions, transportation, meals, and so much more, all at no additional cost. And then I asked about the benefit that adds money to my Social Security check. And get this, I'm entitled to an extra $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year added to my Social Security check. And I was like, dynamite! Call the 1-800 number on the screen and see what you may be entitled to. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-919-1340. That's 1-800-919-1340 now.
Not all internet is created equal. If you want internet that's even faster than advertised, if you want Wi-Fi on Mega Blast, if you want enough power to power all the things, that's asking for more than a lot. That's demanding extreme. And you deserve it.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
You can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
All of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
It has been a long time since Northwestern has matched up with Rice Lake on a football field. The former Harder North rivals haven't played since 1986. That's 35 years ago. But at long last, they met tonight in a big non-conference matchup. A misty night out in Maple, Wisconsin, and a game that lived up to the hype. The Tigers threw the first punch on their opening drive. Greg Oman goes right up the gut. The 12-yard touchdown makes it 7-0. Then in the second quarter, they kept their foot on the gas as Luke Sedin airs it out to Tanner Kaufman, 81 yards to the residents, and Northwestern takes a 14-0 lead heading into the half. But the script flipped in the second quarter. Rice Lake caps off a methodical 5-minute drive with a Cole Fensky touchdown. They missed the extra point, so it's 14-6. Ensuing Tigers drive, it's 3rd and long, and Sedin is picked off by Alex Belonia. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. He's into the end zone for 6. The Warriors convert the 2-point conversion, and we've got a tie ball game at Tiger Stadium. Late in the third quarter, the Warriors were driving, looking to take the lead, but Tanner Kaufman says not so fast. A pick 6 going the other way puts Northwestern back in front. Oman added another key touchdown late, and the Tigers improved to 2-0 with the 28-20 win over Rice Lake. And under the Friday night lights tonight, it was the clash of two rivals in Wisconsin, the Highway 63 showdown between the Spooner Rails and the Hayward Hurricanes. Rails hosting on opening night. First quarter, QB1 hands it off to senior running back Isaac Hopke, who scrambles on through for the gain. That'll move the chains for a first down. Rails making their way down the field. Senior Klein Bridger to senior Braden Meister on the carry, and that is a Spooner touchdown. Rails go up 6-0 in the first, and hey, why not go for two? Calvin Field makes the 2-point conversion to add a few to the board. Spooner takes the early 8-0 lead. So we go to the second quarter. The Hurricanes would mirror the Rails. They go for two on a touchdown to make it a tie ball game, and Spooner goes on to take this one 31-8, the final. And the Superior football team didn't get off to the start they wanted last week with a 50-22 home loss to Ellsworth, but their challenge wouldn't get any easier against Stevens Point. Matinee football game at Go-Eric Field. Stevens Point trying to pick up win number 1 of the season against the Spartans. Panthers already up 6-0, less than 5 minutes in. They're hungry for the ball. Punched out from behind. It lands right in Mason Jelinski's hands. Spash takes over inside Superior territory. They capitalize immediately on the very next play. Riley Wierzinski going for the home run ball and hits his man, Quentin Martin, in stride for the 38-yard strike. Panthers up 14-0 after the 2-point conversion. And to say it was all gas, no break would be a massive understatement. After another forced fumble, Wierzinski hits his tight end, Danny Zordik, who was rumbling to the end zone 17 yards. Makes it 21-0 Spash. This one cut short by weather early in the third quarter, but Wierzinski 6 total touchdowns. Spash throttles Superior 43-0. And some more scores tonight. Hurley defeats Ashland. The Ordockers fall to 0-2 on the season. Northwood Solon Springs falls to Luck 47-20. And the Vikings preseason continues with the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. First quarter, Pat Mahomes was in midseason form, in the preseason no less. On 2nd and 5, Mahomes drops a dime down the sideline to the arms of Tyreek Hill for the 35-yard touchdown. Chiefs take a 7-0 lead. Still in the first quarter, Kirk Cousins starting for the Vikings as well. On 1st and 10, he drops back, finds Irv Smith Jr. cutting across the middle for the 23-yard gain that would lead to a field goal. Chiefs lead 7-3. Despite a late Vikings touchdown, they'd go on to take this one. And Twins and Brewers in the border battle at last check. Twins led 2-0. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Your home improvement company has industry-leading materials and warranties on all of our window and bathroom products. We also certify all of our installers in our Installation Training Center. Right now, we are offering 20% off all products and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Call us today or go online to book your appointment. If you want your project done right the first time, go with your home improvement company where it's your home made better.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
The Royal Enfield Bullet was designed in 1955 and not updated until 2008. It takes an experienced hand to keep one running. I've ridden in the rain and the snow, but prefer not to. That's why motorcycles and meteorology go together so well. It also takes an experienced hand to make an accurate riding forecast. As our region's longest-serving meteorologist, I think I have the touch needed to get it right.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and 10. When you watch CBS 3, you get up-to-date team coverage. Online, on your phone, and on the air.
6 o'clock this evening as we enter the overnight hour.
Right down to your neighborhood. For local weather coverage you can trust, tune to CBS 3.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Well, that's your CBS 3 News at 10. Have a great rest of your night.